We don't destroy things because we hate ourselves. We destroy things because there's pleasure in ruin. That bittersweet hit back into collapse, back into familiar struggle, trailed by familiar panic. It's all dopamine and it's all home. Self-sabotage isn't chaos, it's theatrical comfort. It's when right after something starts working, you reach for that self-destruct button. Not because you don't want things to work, you just miss how the wreckage feels. It's fear of unfamiliar peace. You're addicted to the drama that proves you're still alive. Act 1, the pleasure of destroying. Self-sabotage is like the mind's secret night out. It's like a strange but familiar relapse into a sort of childhood state where you can say, see, I told you I'd fuck it up. You're grasping for a familiar power, and there's nothing more familiar than collapse. The high of pulling the trigger before life can reject you. There's something like erotic about it. You feel order building around you, routine, clarity, expectation, and you just can't help but crave the relief of shattering it. The pleasure of destroying is the pleasure of remembering that you still have control. And in a world that's constantly trying to fix you, heal you, improve you, optimize you, control is the last reliable drug. The pleasure of destroying is also about having your cake and eating it too, wanting the transformation to happen while still grasping for those little pleasure treasure cheat codes to hack the chaos. It might feel like you're protecting your freedom, but what you're really doing is protecting the chaos that made you, because chaos is where you were most awake. Act 2, the safety of struggle. It's hard to explain to someone who's never been sort of addicted to survival. There's a strange intimacy to the fight. When everything's hard, you know your role, you know your lines, you know how to underdog, you know how to earn rest through exhaustion. But when that struggle disappears, so does your identity, and that makes you fucking panic. You start to feel this unfamiliar quiet, and that is when self-sabotage steps in to fill the silence. You start manufacturing tension so that you can feel oriented again. That's the sick genius of it. You'll burn down what you've built just so you can have something to rebuild. Because rebuilding has always been your game. Because being broken keeps you. Act 3, the myth of better. You think you're fighting for better, but better threatens your identity. You've spent years playing that underdog. You've bled for that story. And deep down, the moment life gets good, truly good, you feel like you've betrayed everything that you stand for. So you ruin it, and usually quietly. Not because you want to fail, but because failure just feels like home. The brain keeps a little shrine, a little like fucked up hall of fame of all the past versions of you that hurt less in chaos than in calm. So every time peace shows up, you mourn a little bit, because peace asks you to stop performing your pain. And who are you without that? Who are you when the fight is gone? Who are you without the drama? Act 4, the creative addict. There's a whole nother layer too. The creativity. Self-sabotage is so fucking seductive for creators because it's so incredibly cinematic. It's palpable, it's graspable, it's very, very multi-dimensional. Destruction gives you easy material, gives you obvious angles and really rich color. And after a little bit of that, you convince yourself that you need chaos to stay interesting. You could argue that art is dysfunction, and it is the process of gluing fragmented, fucked up pieces back together. And yeah, it can make for cool and deeply interesting things, but the self-sabotaging artist is only cool for a little while. The joke gets old really fast and takes a toll on the actual human being much faster, and the instability just recycles more of the same pain and ends up destroying relationships. And this lesson is about a year old for your boy. As soon as I started to drop that perpetual BS underdog story, my work and my life have never been better. And I've never seen so much success. I thought I couldn't write unless I was heartbroken. I thought I couldn't create unless it was about everything around me crumbling. But I can, and so can you. We just need to get better at trusting the stillness and utilizing the purity of our actual selves, not this house of cards we've constructed because we're so addicted to this story of struggle. The truth is, peace is harder to film. It's quiet. It doesn't beg for validation, but it's where real longevity comes from. Creation without destruction. That's the final rebellion. Act 5, the withdrawal. It starts with grief. You have to mourn the you who only knew how to feel alive through pain. You have to forgive them for thinking survival was personality. And then you start doing the smallest, ugliest thing, staying when it's good, letting something work. You sit in the peace even though it feels like danger. You let success feel boring. You let quiet feel safe. That's the strange little withdrawal. That's what working through self-sabotage looks like. You'll itch, you'll burn, you'll scratch, you'll look for any fucking reason to burn it all again. But if you can outlast that urge, even once, you'll start to see how much energy was being stolen by that addiction to familiar pain. The final turn. Self-sabotage is pleasure, but it's cheap pleasure and expensive in the long run because it just costs you all the things that you build. And maybe the whole point of growing up isn't to kill that part of you, but to just recognize when it wants to get high again. You don't need to hate the self-sabotaging instinct. You just need to stop letting it steal all your best experiences. Stay long enough to be bored by the peace. That's how you know you're doing something actually new and having the guts to not be entertained by the drama anymore. I built a black book field guide accompanied by audio to specifically help you move through this self-sabotage. Dig for it below. That's it for this one. I hope this helps you move through this stuff. Much love. I believe in you. Check out this one next.